This is the Starburst Scrubby, and we are at the end of round 2. So now what we're going to do is we want to join with a slip stitch, and we want to join from the back. And to do that, what we're going to do is we want to pull up that loop on our hook so we don't lose that stitch that we just did. And we're going to actually put our working yarn in the back, and sometimes it's easier if you just go ahead and you look at that first stitch. We're going to skip that chain 2 there. That was just there to give us height. And just insert your crochet hook from the back to the front in the top of that first bullion stitch that you did. So just like that. And then turn your work to the back. And now grab that loop that you just took off your hook. And then pull that loop through that first stitch, just like that. And then of course you want to pull that working yarn because you don't need that big gap there. You want to pull it nice and tight like that. And now that's joining from behind. And that's what we want to do. So now our last round is worked from behind. So we're going to be looking at our work from the back view. So we're going to chain 1. And now what we want to do is single crochet into that first stitch here. Even though we joined here, that's okay. If you turn your work, you'll see this is where we joined. We're going to go ahead and start our first stitch right here in this last one that we did. So if it's easier, you can turn your work to see where we're going to be working. So right here is where we're going to work. So just turn your work back and go ahead, insert your hook into that first stitch and work a single crochet. And now we're going to work in that same stitch, and we're going to insert our hook. We're going to yarn over, bring that yarn through and up, and now we're doing what's called a mini berry stitch. So you're going to yarn over, bring that yarn through that first stitch, and you're going to do that again, yarn over and go through that first stitch, and you're going to yarn over and go through that first stitch again. So essentially what you did was you chained 3. And now you're going to yarn over and go through both of those loops on your hook. So that makes a mini berry stitch, and then it like poofs out into the front. So you don't see it yet because we haven't done any of our other little stitches. So in the next stitch, we're going to repeat that. We're going to do a single crochet. And now we're going to do that mini berry stitch again. So we're going to insert our hook. We're going to yarn over, bring that yarn through, and now we're going to chain 3. So we're just going to chain 3 with that first loop. So yarn over, 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to yarn over and go through those 2 loops on our hook. And that's our mini berry again. And now we're going to go into that next stitch and work a single crochet. And now we're going to do that mini berry again. So insert your hook, yarn over, bring that yarn through and up. So basically we're leaving this here first loop on our crochet hook alone until the end of the stitch. So now we're going to go ahead and chain 3 with this first loop. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we have 2 loops. We're going to complete the stitch by yarning over and going through those 2 loops. And that's our mini berry. And again, so our next stitch, we're going to work a single crochet, and then we're going to do that mini berry stitch again. So go ahead, insert your hook, yarn over, bring that yarn through and up, and now we're going to work our chain 3 with that first loop. We're leaving that this loop here on our hook until we complete our stitch. So yarn over and do your chain 3 with that first loop. So 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to complete the stitch by yarning over and going through both loops on the hook. So again, single crochet into the next one, and again in the same stitch, let's work that berry. So insert your hook, yarn over, bring it through, and let's do a chain 3 with that first loop. So 1, 2 and number 3. Now you have 2 loops. Let's complete that stitch by yarning over and going through both loops. So you're going to continue that all the way around, and this is what it should look like. So it makes this cute little point, which gives it that kind of starburst look. So go ahead and continue that all the way around, and then when you get to the end, you're just going to join with a slip stitch to that first single crochet that you did and fasten off, and that's it. And then your starburst will be done. And I will see you guys right at the end of this round to join with you. Okay, and after you do your last little berry stitch, you're going to join with a slip stitch to your first single crochet that you did, and we're going to go ahead and just join. So just like that. And then of course fasten your yarn off and weave in your ends, and you should have 40 stitches, and it's easy to count this. You can just go ahead and if you want, you can count each individual stitch, or you'll know because each stitch starts with a single crochet and then a berry stitch, which right here is your berry. So each stitch should have 2 stitches in it. So this would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and I'm counting the berries, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, and 40, and that's exactly what we want. And then you would weave in your ends, and that is your little Starburst Scrubby. And that little berry stitch just gives you that little like point around the trim, which gives you a cute little starburst kind of look. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And most importantly, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it.